Hello, the game has started. I'm playing against HastyBot, which is the computer, at the expert level, so let's see what happens. I have an abundance of vowels, and I'll be exchanging here, keeping an E and an S. Let's see what happens. Okay, ennoble. Wonder if that takes an R. And I'll be looking to bingo here. This is quite a nice set of tiles. I have the TH, the TH and PH. So spather, pathers, harpist. Sparth. Why does that ring a bell? Sparth. Yeah, it does. I just wonder if I could have got the H doubled there. Harp, Haspert. Anyway, Dinmont is the bot's reply. I've got a little bit more of a challenging rack here. I could just go with Sal. It has quite a few hooks, so that's gifting back. I might just go with Sal for 26. I could play through the E for a miserly face value score, but I just don't know if I play the extra L there and just forego the... No, I think I'm gonna keep it a little bit more defensive. Sell for 26. Okay, still just the one vowel, and I do now have the X for score. X, I have sext, Grex. Cell takes a T, and Grex doesn't play. I thought for a moment I could get some positional play there, but maybe Dinmont's. That'd be a good score, even if I didn't use the X there. Play of Geltz. 34, and then I've got the X for coming down onto this trip if the bot doesn't take it. Geltz for 34. Cohen, okay, good score by opponent. We're about level. Did my plan pay off? X, Exordia, but not enough space for that one. Ixora I have, but do I have an EX play? Let me visualize this. Axoid is good, but not exoid. X, maybe a 6-letter play starting with a R or a D. Rexoid, no good. Dex, Dexari. No, I'm not seeing anything there. So I'll put that back. I mean, the other option is a play like Radix here, which actually does score quite nicely. But do I have a bingo? That's the one thing I haven't actually considered, so maybe something through the E. Oxidire. Not seeing any bingos actually, so I'm going with Radix for 62. That's a pretty good rack, that one. So Organity, I think, is good through an N. Oh, there's an N. Just misses, and so does this one. So maybe a play ending in ing. That would be the other option. Do I have a 7 with this rack? I have the gyro prefix. Gyrotiny, no. So that's a shame about Organity. I have the tri prefix. Trigonometry, a little longer than what I would. It just looks really synergetic, these 7 tiles, so that's why I'm not giving up on it just yet. So there's the ing. Let me just see what this might look like. Ing, and then you got your not rotating. Toyar, Royart, Arointing, Storying. Yeah, pretty close, but I might have to give up the search there. Let me look at plays down from the EX there, so possibly Texori, no. Okay, so what about just... Oh, Goy used to be good, but that one's been taken out. What about Togi, Gory, I suppose. It's 28, not a terrible rack leave. What about just looking at the rack leave? That's a really nice rack leave combining with the N. So you've got ing ending and the bingo lane there. This also combines nicely with the E for AGE ending words or IER ending. So even though that score's a little bit less than Gory, the rack leave is certainly better. So I might just go with this one. Unless, let's just have a quick look if I can get a really good score here. Something ending in Ego. What is that? 27's not bad, and I do quite like that rack leave. Yeah, I think I'm going to go for score. Ego for 27. That's a pretty decent pickup. So erotical onto L. Leeway was a good score, 42 by opponent there. And then I have the N as well, reaction, creation, and so forth. And then on to the A, just looking at any possible 4-timers that might emerge. I have the ATE ending. I don't have the AT. I have just looking at what this might make with another A. Because creation doesn't get the double word score, but anything through this A would. So to be a fair bit more, 10 points more, which could be crucial at the end of the game. So does this rack plus an A make anything? Craniate, not quite. Okay, I'm down to time's quite low, so I'm going to go with reaction. Or creation is better. It doesn't leave the vowel next to the double word. Opponent pretty quick, so I need to start speeding up my plays. I was looking at the leeway hook. This is a pretty good rack. I should be bingoing here. Upsides. Upsides and gigs. Do I play it there? I don't have anything on to exon, as in. So let me look. The R. Do I play upsides here, or do I play something ending in E? Dispute. I think that'll be a better score, less volatile. Opponent pretty quick there. I suppose he is a computer, so he's bound to be quick. Vatu looks okay here. And then we got DAF is no good with one F. But just looking at F plays, F is good though, and that looks okay. That's a pretty decent rack. And what's the best spot for a bingo? Well, I can only really identify this spot. So just looking at Samotes, Maltoes seems okay. Maltoes. Q. Ooh, the Z. No, certainly can't play that. They'll get a Z play there for sure. Actually, I might just do Maltoes here, unless I'm overlooking a. There's only 6 spots there. Yeah, I'll play it here. I just don't want that Z to. Well, he gets some score for it, but not much. Okay, down to a few seconds. Get rid of the Q. Time pressure is never a good thing, but QI and QU, but nothing for Burka. Yeah, not seeing another Q spot. So I'll go with QI for 11. And then BR, where's BR? Why can't I see a BR play? Just go with Bur. And that was the end of the game. So I did have a good flow there. of tiles. I've got both blanks. But yeah, the time pressure, I think I should set the game to a slightly longer time. But yeah, let's have a look at the examiner to see what we missed. So that was the first play exchange, seems best, but that's interesting. The bot, the analyzer actually suggests keeping AES, but you know, when you've got a case of vowelitis, the last thing you want to do is pick up more vowels and be left with a vowel heavy rack. So I prefer just ES. Ennoble was the bot, and then Sparth for 116, but Tefras, that was the one that got the P doubled, so that was 125. Tefras down from 02, but Sparth not far behind. Dinmont was the bot, and then Cell seemed okay. I did identify Cell at N10, but it takes quite a few hooks, I, S, and an O, I think. So, yeah, I just didn't want to give back an easy scoring spot, so I went with Cell for 26. But you can see the equity value is a lot higher for that rack leave than for that one. So, yeah, the likelihood of getting into an unbalanced rack scenario is much higher with 4 consonants as compared with 3, hence the equity difference. Woa, that was opponent's play, and then Gelt seemed okay for 34x. I did identify that, didn't like that rack leave, even though it was 7 points more, so I'm happy with Gelt's. And then Cohen, 44-point play through that H. Radix was my play, that seemed okay. And then an exchange for the bot. And then you go, but gyration. Oh, I knew there was a bingo there. I just could not for the life of me see it, and that's why I lingered so long, because the end just looked organity and gyration. That's the two that are paired together. Anyway, missed that one, so Ego seems alright as a second best, and then opponent went with leeway, so erotica at okay. Yeah, I did identify erotica to be onto the Y. Yeah, that was a miss. Erotica. And reaction actually gave back some useful floaters, so I think erotica would have not only scored more but been better strategically. I did spot it and mentioned it, but I'm surprised I didn't look for that lane there. I was just looking at the E, erotica above and below. Anyway, creation was okay. Gov was played under X, and then Unipeds for 82 was best at 14B. Getting the D tripled and the whole word doubled. And I went with Dispute for 77. Unipeds, obviously 5 points more, but creating a pretty hot spot, the J and the Z and the Q unseen. So leaving the U there, not a fan of that, so I still like Dispute. Raj was the bot's play, that seems okay there, and then Vatu at the top left, and Nidhi, and then I played Af, which offer was slightly better with the rack leave being more balanced, and scored a bit more. So I think at that stage I was under a bit of time pressure as well, and happy to just score over 30 and move on. Wheel was the bot's play, and then Osteoma, nice for 91 at 3A. I thought there might be an overlap there, but I just didn't have the time to sit there, and it is a word I've seen before. Don't know if I would have spotted it, but look at that, 91 as compared to a measly 62. So 29 points, although those heavy overlaps are sometimes pretty tricky to spot, especially under time pressure. So happy to have got the bingo down though, and the bot with Zoe, and then I was happy to just dump the cue for 11. Opponent and then Bur for 5. So pretty good game. Like I say, I did have a good run of the tiles there. Not many racks I struggled with, a few misses, but generally happy with the way the game went. So I hope you enjoyed watching that game, and I will see you next time.